Okay, so guys, today I'm going to show you how to get better at one of my old favorite games, Paladins. So I'm going to split up this whole video into different parts, just so that I can save time. So yeah. Okay, so Paladins. It is a first-person shooter just like Overwatch. It revolves around capturing the objective and pushing the payload all the way to the enemy's base. Though there are other game modes like Team Deathmatch and Onslaught, I'm just going to revolve around Siege because that is the main game mode and it is the game mode used in rank. So yeah, I'm going to focus only on Siege. Okay, so before I talk about advanced mechanics about the game, we're going to start with the basics, and that is understanding the different roles of each champion. Okay, so it may look simple, but there are actually more to roles than meets the eye. We have the overview of them, so let's take a look at the damage. There's also the flank, the front line, and of course the support role. And as you all know, every role has a different task to carry out throughout the game. Okay, we're going to be discussing them one by one, and let's start with the damage role. So, the damage role. Its main objective is to dish out as much damage as possible, hence the role. They are tasked with taking down the enemy frontliner and helping your frontliner safely capture the objective. It's just as simple as that. The damage champions in Paladins contain either people with high DPS like Victor, Tyra, or Lian, but there are also bursty damage champions like Imani, Bomb King, and Dredge, which deal more damage in a small burst. There are also long-range snipers like Kinessa and Strix. So, now that you know what the damage champions are, let's move on to the flank role. So, in the flank role, it is their job to get behind the enemy and pick them out one by one. So they're basically like assassins. They are to refrain from picking fights on the point where they might get crowd controlled or sandwiched. That is important. They should be careful and pick out champions, mostly support champions. Flanks don't necessarily have to take out the support first. Flank's job is to take out the most high priority target. It can either be the enemy flank, a sniper in the back line. It's all about priority. You must take out the enemy that is being the most troublesome for your team. If they have a Kinessa, then try to focus her first. If their enemy Anjoxus is being a problem for your support, then it is best if you would try to put some distance between them. The flank role isn't an easy role because your Squishy and other champions are just much more, have more damage than you. And mostly, a lot of the flank champions are really hard to master. They have a high skill cap. Then, we have the frontline role. The frontline role composes of champions which have a lot of health, or they might also have a shield, or ways to crowd control enemies. Frontlines don't just vary from the basic point control tank which resolves around capturing the objective. There are different frontliners with different purposes and skill sets. In rank, there is a reason why they mostly go two front lines. There is one we call a point tank, and another is what we call an off tank. Since most frontliners don't have the same skill set with the shield to control the point, there are other frontlines that also dish out damage or specialize in locking down an enemy. Point tanks are champions like Barik, Makoa, and Dinara, which have good defense and can capture the objective. An off tank, on the other hand, must help the team to dismount the enemy and go approach the front lines and prevent the enemy team from reaching the point while your point tank is capturing the objective. Off tanks are champions like Ruckus, Rom, and Torvald. But Torvald is a special case because he is a support tank which offers a shield. And lastly, we have the support role. The support role is the one that keeps the team alive and of course helps the frontliner stay alive. Supports must keep an eye around his or her teammates and or supply CC to help focus down the enemy. A support isn't a bad role, it is a necessity on every game you need. There are also off healers which do damage. So the main type of support champions which focus on healing are champions like Ceres, King, or Maldamba. You can also play supports that focus on damage like Grok, Pip, or Grover, though it's still up to you when you want to play them revolving around healing or if you want them to focus on damage. Their support role is just as flexible as the other roles, and it is up to you on how to play them. But always make sure that they fit the team and you're not going to troll. So that is my first part of the tutorial on how to get better at Paladins. I just focused on the roles and what they're supposed to do. In the next tutorial, I will probably discuss settings and other game mechanics. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.